I picked up Honkai Star Rail just to mess around because, like I said, I play other gacha. I feel like some people only play Dokkan, so they have like a bad perspective on like the gacha space. Dokkan is not run or like well designed if you compare it to like modern gacha, and you could say, well, Dokkan's old. Sure. Dokkan also makes a lot of money. We're on the lazy content train for today because I want to talk about this, and there's not really a way to package this in a way that is super flashy and interesting. As of, I want to say about a day and a half ago, we got the information reveal of JP's next LR, which is the Cell Max from, of course, the Superheroes movie. Sort of a spiritual follow-up to the Super Bosses category that got released, and I mean, while again, for me personally, I'm not like the hugest fan of the Beast Gohan Cell Max thing. I think they're sort of just less cool versions of a fight we got before. They are cool still. And Kaiju Cell is a character that I would describe as he's not a cool character, but he does cool things. So I'm always down for it. So why are we here? Why is this a video? Why does this matter? You've seen this, you've seen the reveal. If you're here, if you found my channel to talk about this, you've definitely seen Cell Max already. I'm not the first channel you've seen talk about this character's kit. We can go over it slightly. There are clips on Twitter all over showing this guy with like 20 million defense, 60 million attack stacks. Dokkan World uploaded the showcase video from the private server. You know, several attacks that are over 20 million, some attacks that are over 30 million. I mean, he's a taunt mechanic for the Super Bosses team, which has been desperately needing a taunt mechanic, seeing as Dokkan is really smart, and they gave both of the game-breaking mechanics to the Super class instead of giving even one to the Extreme class, which means if their information is correct, which is that they plan these characters 6 months in advance, this character was already planned and for whatever reason decided to be released randomly as the follow-up to the Goku Black banner instead of in the anniversary, where he might just be stronger than Gogeta. So it's very funny. They probably just did not believe in him selling the banner. The reason I bring this up though is because people thought for a bit that maybe this could be delay released on Global. Maybe we'd get it soon, a reveal, and as the hours tick by, we realized that Global is probably getting Ginyu next, which makes no sense because Global does not have Topo. And because Global does not have Topo, Ginyu releasing has no place to be. I can actually go here, and where is Ginyu? So let's take a walk with me. Someone brought this up, but Ginyu's passive is very small when you do not have the special pose team. The issue here is that there is no such thing as a special pose team on Global. So unless they release a double banner right now, they release Topo and Ginyu at the same exact time, Global is fucked. And it would make no sense unless they know that people are watching. But if they know people are watching, if they know global players follow leaks, if they know global players follow JP's release schedule, then they're completely ambivalent to the fact that global has nothing to do, despite this being the catch-up to a sync. So you might be wondering, why does that matter? Why does having something to do right now matter? And the answer to that is really simple. If we were going to have nothing to do for 8 months, despite them launching a sync of the versions, why would we not then just get the 9th anniversary at the same time? Because if they were going to be this bad at handling it, then did it really matter that we get this grace period of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 months? At this rate, the people who are saying that, like, it's fine, this is just global players bitching, sure. But I will say this, as someone who's not just some long-time global player, as someone who's grabbed a JP account to mess around during the 9th anniversary on JP. As someone who's played other gacha, Dokkan is so uniquely bad at handling its dual versions. And I feel like people don't respect that enough. People act like this is just a global issue, that these tickets and discounts and whatever make up for the fact that I can have all the currency in the world. If I have literally nothing to do with it, it does not actually matter. My global account I have never missed a day of logging in on Global Dokkan. My global account currently is me getting on, doing dailies, and then closing the app. And I'm the type of person who, I bring like the AGL Cooler Saiyan duo into the hardest fights because I just want to try them. I just like look at their animations. I want to try them out, see if they work. So if anyone's like, well, you just don't try, you just beat the content and stop. I don't. I'm in there using my attempt limits per day, trying out teams. I'm the person with I'm the dumbass with the app open. Not like some of y'all with the private server open or just getting on doing dailies and closing. You can't say global player just bitching. I want shit to do. So what are we doing here? What's the big important news? I think Apple, he deleted this tweet for whatever reason. I think it's because he figured out that he was wrong, but I don't know. Truth responded to a tweet saying that the EX version of the anniversary for global could be Cell Max. And while I don't think this is untrue, because nothing is a pattern until it becomes one, they could just do it. I mean, global's been so weird this year that they could just do it. But he says, you guys are now setting yourselves up for disappointment. You need to stop doing this with global. They've proven they will do nothing that makes sense or would actually be smooth for global. They also don't do banners for EX parts. The multiple anniversaries with EX parts literally had the new Dokkan Fest in the same data download. And to this I responded, the 2024 is pretty peak because it'll be one of the best years ever for JP Dokkan. This is inarguable from what I've seen. I do my research. Even though I wasn't there, I do my research. And the next year, nothing really happened for 8 months for global. The stories are going to split so much when people talk about it in a year. Twitch responds, yeah, it's such a shame. Global Dokkan this year will be remembered as being pretty uneventful, pretty bad. And that's wild because this is easily one of the best years I've seen in a gacha. Like, if you're just going by JP. By the way, I'm still hyped, by the way. Like, if you think I'm bitching, like, I think Dokkan's really fun. The reason I talk about Dokkan like this and the sync and stuff is because Dragon Ball means a lot to me. And Dokkan is really fun. But it sucks that every single time anything Dragon Ball comes out, it's underwhelming. And we just accept it like slop. It doesn't need to be this way. We could want more, you know? Like, Dragon Ball Super had some good ideas here and there. Dragon Ball Super had Ue Goku, pretty fun. The Broly movie, Heroes movie, both fun. I really love Broly's redesign. But it's early growing pains. It's so bad, man. Terrible writing, a lot of just rehashing the same shit we've already seen. Like, I mean, Superheroes is cool because it's new, but if any other anime did it, we'd be calling it lazy because it's literally just it's just a Cell Saga and the androids over again. Like, and someone says they're still dropping him in the anniversary EX spot. And the Truth again says, I personally don't think so. I don't think there's enough time. People forget that the first one Frieza was in the same data download as the EX part. Damiana says they could also just put Cell in the spot Toppo would be in. Toppo should be rerun in October or November anyways. That could potentially be his first global appearance. However, that requires them to think ahead for the sync, so that probably won't happen. So yeah, I guess this video is just a rambling rant about another disappointing Global Dokkan L. And while I do think it has been fun to have periods of time to stack up currency, I don't know. Like, I picked up Honkai Star Rail just to mess around because, like I said, I play other gacha. I feel like some people only play Dokkan, so they have like a bad perspective on like the gacha space. Dokkan is not run or like well designed if you compare it to like modern gacha, and you could say, well, Dokkan's old. Sure. Dokkan also makes a lot of money off the Dragon Ball IP, and we shouldn't just expect mediocrity from Dragon Ball just because it's 40 years old. You know, we should want the best for our series. We should bring up problems when they arise. We shouldn't just, you know, languish in shit because we've always been given shit. Look at what Sparking Zero is. Even though there are some sketchy things on like the fringe side of it, like when we start talking about like, will it be rollback? Will it, you know, how good will the online even function, rank, etc. It looks so good and like made by people who are super fans of the series, whereas sometimes Dokkan feels like a chore that they shove out. That said, 2024 has been a great year for JP Dokkan, period. All the characters look cool. All the animations look good. Maybe Sans Goku Black. Goku Black looked rushed, but like even his animations are the worst. Like the lowest point of the year for Dokkan animation wise is still better than like the lowest point of last year, right? Like easily. All the LRs are super strong. Easy A's have never been better. I just think there's still some work to be done on the managerial front, and I think if you're going to run the sync like this, then hindsight is 2020. Yeah, you don't announce it this early, is what it is.